What documentation saved hundreds of kids? Last Tuesday, I found Mia locked in a supply closet. She's 12 and nonverbal and was having a meltdown because someone moved her lunch table. Instead of using crisis intervention protocols, they shoved her in there with cleaning supplies. Mia has severe developmental delays and her IEP requires a trained aide at all times. When I asked where her aide was, the principal shrugged and said budget cuts meant being creative with staffing. I started digging and found the district was systematically altering IEPs to reduce services. Kids supposed to get speech therapy 3 times weekly suddenly got it once. Students needing occupational therapy were told they'd improved enough without parent approval. My son Josh attends this district and thrives in their special needs program. He has ADH and dyslexia and was finally excited about school, but his program was next on the chopping block. I confronted Dr. Johnson, our special education director. She looked exhausted, explaining the district faced state takeover without cost cuts, and special education consumed 40% of the budget. Would you rather serve some kids well or fail all of them? Other teachers were split. Half were horrified, but half feared losing jobs. My union rep warned me that pushing this could trigger layoffs. Parents of typical students complained at board meetings that too much money went to special needs kids. One mom said her daughter's class was too big because all the money goes to those other children. I documented everything: photos of Mia's closet prison, conversations with parents being lied to about their children's rights, secret meetings with families denied services. Then retaliation started. My friend Sarah, who supported me, got transferred across town without explanation. Josh's services were suddenly reviewed and his aide eliminated. His grades slipped and behavioral issues returned. Dr. Johnson suggested I was too emotionally invested to teach special education effectively. My principal wrote me up for arriving late or missing lesson plan deadlines. The breaking point came when Mia got seriously hurt. They assigned a substitute who knew nothing about developmentally delayed children to watch her during lunch. When Mia had another meltdown, the sub physically restrained her. Mia ended up with a dislocated shoulder and bruises. 2 days hospitalized. I filed complaints with the state education department knowing it would trigger full investigation. Some parents rallied behind me, but others blamed me for potentially bankrupting the district. The investigation went public. Local news ran stories about special education failures. Board meetings became screaming matches. The final showdown happened at a packed board meeting in March. I brought Josh despite his struggles without his aide because I wanted the board to see what their cuts did to real kids. Mia's parents were there and her mom broke down describing bruises on her daughter's arms. I stood before 200 people and said, these children can't vote or campaign or fight for themselves. If we won't be their voice, then who will? My son might suffer because I'm speaking out tonight, but he'll know his mother fought for what's right. The room went silent. 3 weeks later, the state stepped in and forced the district to restore all services. Dr. Johnson and 2 administrators resigned. I kept my job but transferred to a different school where the principal treats me like I have the plague. Josh got his services back and he's doing better. Last month, a parent whose daughter finally got speech therapy because of my advocacy told me she decided to become a special education lawyer. You showed me that sometimes love means fighting even when it's scary.